guys are kind of outrunning a storm. You guys can see all that. I didn't even look at the weather before I came out, but it looks like it's going to storm pretty bad. So I'm going to keep going in that direction, which is full of beauty and amazement. And hopefully we won't get hit with that. I'm also trying out a new mic setup today. Slightly different position, so if the audio is a little different or bad or amazing, you know why. So I wanted to talk about today, I just got, a little while ago, my motorcycle was stolen, my WR250, so I kind of want to go over, your bike is stolen, what do you do now? Because unfortunately, as you guys that have been part of the channel for a while know, I've unfortunately had a couple, or no, I guess it's a few bikes stolen now, so especially the first couple times that happened, I did have a moment of like, oh my god, my bike was stolen, what do I need to do? Like, what's my next step? So I want to go over that today, so just to have that like out there if you guys need it. Alright, so let's just put ourselves in a situation. You go out to where you parked your bike, got your keys, got your helmet, got all your gear on, and your bike's not there. What do you do? Step one, definitely call the police and let them, you're going to have to wait around for the cops to get there and get that taken care of. You need to have it, the sooner the police have your bike in the system, the better chance your bike has for getting found. But, I mean, you need to be a realist and understand that most of the time when your bike gets stolen, that thing gets parted out extremely fast. So the odds of them finding your bike is relatively minimal. If you have LoJack or something like a GPS device on the bike or installed, it obviously gives you a much better chance for your bike being found. Unfortunately, all the bikes I've had stolen, none of them have had GPS in them, so never had one found. Immediately after you get done with the cops, they're going to give you a case number. I've always had, and I always will have, full coverage on all of my motorcycles. I don't care how much it costs. When I buy a motorcycle, that is part of my equation of can I afford this bike, is to have full coverage. So I always make sure I can afford that, because you never know what's going to happen. You never know if you're going to get hit, if you're going to run into something. It's just, you're on two wheels, and that has too much chance of messing stuff up. So with that, having full coverage, my step two is always call your insurance company. And be like, hey, need to file a claim, my motorcycle was stolen, and get that going in the system. The reason you want to do these things as fast as possible, one, with the cop, is you want to have the best of a chance of your bike getting found. Right? Once again, the odds are stupidly small, but if you can help yourself out, why not? Two, with the insurance company, when you file that claim, you are going to have to wait about a month, about 30 days, for them to, that's the amount of time they give the police time to recover the vehicle. So, in the light of wanting to get back on a bike as soon as possible and get it covered by the insurance, you need to get that 30-day period started the second it gets stolen. Don't wait a couple days. It's not that type of thing where you want to like, oh, I'll give it some time. Don't do that. When you call the insurance company, when you need to file this claim, you need to have a couple items. Why are you stopping? You need to have a couple items ready to go. They're gonna want to know the tag number, and they need to have the information on the bike. What I like to do with my motorcycles is I just have a folder on my computer, and I do this just for this case, because it sucks, and when your bike gets stolen, you're really flustered. You're not in the normal mindset. You're upset that your bike got stolen and all that kind of shit. Have a folder that, like on your computer or somewhere, that has your tag number on your bike, your VIN number on your bike, and then pictures of any mods that you have on your bike. The reason I say that is because in part of the whole insurance claim is you're going to be, for one, covering your bike, but also most of the time you're going to have mods on your bike. Most of us mod our bikes out with different things, and part of your insurance with full coverage is mod coverage. So depending on what you selected for how much mod coverage you want, mine I think is around the $3,000 limit, and that's what it'll cap out at. So when I get my bike replaced, it will be the price of the bike and up to $3,000 in mod coverage. So the best thing to do, the safest thing to do is, one, if you can keep receipts, always keep receipts of all the mods you have. I try to do all my purchasing online so that I'll have email so I don't have to worry with it. But even in that case, it's still safe to, when you get a modification on your bike, you know, print that email out in a PDF form and put it in that folder. So you have all this information on your bike, and it's just good to have the information on your bike. If you ever like get asked about it, and like if you've had a bike for a long amount of time, you know, you tend to forget like all this stuff. Like I can't name every single brand of every single thing I have on my bike at any random time. So it's good to have that in a folder for reference, if anything. But if you don't have a receipt for a mod, a lot of the time you can show a picture to the adjuster, because the adjuster is going to be the guy or girl that is looking at your bike and looking at your claim and deciding, does this person have this mod? Okay, how much does that cost, or how much can he replace that with to add to your claim number, like to add to the overall check that you're going to get at the end of the claim when they end up paying you out. So if you get a new mod on the bike, take a picture of it. You know, like when you get it installed, take a picture of it and make sure you have a picture of it and a picture of the entire bike, because you want to prove that it's your bike that you're putting it on. You can't just give them random pictures of a mod. They need to see it on your actual bike. Over the course of those 30 days while the investigation is happening, you're going to be talking to your adjuster a lot with, hey, did you give me this? Did you give me this? So you want to make sure you have all of that ready to go if that ever, like, God forbid, if that day ever happens. So definitely take pictures of your bike, especially the mods, because you want to get, like, you buy a bike for $5,000, then you put $2,000 worth of mods in it. If your bike gets stolen, you don't want to get $5,000, right? Because you invested way more money in your bike than that. So with my last bike stolen, when I was talking to my adjuster back and forth, I had like a 50-50 split. I didn't have all of my receipts that I had, because I got some stuff installed. They'll even, with my last bike stolen, they'll even cover maintenance charges and stuff like that. So it's always good to keep all of these items showing how much money you've put into the bike. I was asked for like oil changes, like receipts and stuff like that. And I mean, I don't know, I've only had Progressive insurance on my motorcycle, and they've always been stupidly good to me. Because, you know, these guys' job, like, when it's that point where your bike has been stolen, these guys are trying to help you out at that point, or at least that's always the feeling I've gotten, and that's one reason I'm always going to be with Progressive. Like, the people are really awesome. But I've always got that sense of feeling like the guy's like, I'm just trying to help you get as much money for your motorcycle as you possibly can. So it never hurts to help them help you, if that makes sense. So what else are you going to be asked for? You're going to be asked for, obviously, the tag, make sure you have your title. Obviously, that's a stupid question or a stupid thing to say, but keep it in a safe place, because you don't want to be fumbling around for stuff. Like I said, you're going to not be in the right, it's not the right state of mind, but you're most definitely going to be a little flustered. You know, it's always a big deal when a bike gets stolen, so you want to make it as easy as you can for yourself in that situation. Granted, all this stuff shouldn't be hard to find, but even as a moto vlogger, you know, I'm always doing video, always taking pictures. It makes it so much better for the entire situation if you just have a folder with all that stuff in it, because this last stuff with Jackie, I have all my pictures from my R6s. Like, it's because those are the bikes I'm worried about getting stolen. I was never worried about my Supermoto getting stolen until it did. You know, and like even then, I was a little flustered because I was like, oh my God, what? Soon I'm scrambling around trying to find pictures, trying to find receipts. It would have been so much easier if I would have had my folder set up for my WR like I do my R6s, where I can just reference all the mods, everything. So do yourself a big favor, get all that done, and it's just going to make the whole situation as easy as possible for you. That way when your adjuster emails you and he's like, hey, just looking to see, looking so you can like give me a list of your mods, give me any type of proof you had on them. All you gotta do is grab that folder, be like, here you go, here's everything. Zip that thing and email it to him. I definitely recommend doing something like that. And yeah, after that 30 days, your insurance company is going to basically tell you, all right, go to this location, whatever location your insurance company is at, and bring us your title. You'll sign the title over to the insurance company, and at that point you don't own that bike anymore. The insurance company owns the bike, and they'll write you a check for whatever your bike ended up being worth. I've always had good luck with how much the insurance companies wrote me for. They've always like compensated me fairly, I feel. So that's always been nice. And at some point during that whole stage, you're gonna be you're gonna email them your key. That would be awesome. No, you're going to mail them the keys to your bike. So that way just hypothetically stops anybody from trying to, you know, claim a stolen bike, and you keep the key and you just give it to somebody. But you're going to mail them the key, and then at the very end, you're going to sign over the title. You're also going to have to, are you serious? Somebody could not make it to the garbage can, so they're like, this road, this is good enough. Oh, God. I ended up going back towards that. Anyway, yeah, you're going to mail them your key, and at the very end of the process, right before you get your check, you're going to sign over your title, and they're basically going to print you out a check, which is what the bike is hypothetically worth. You take that check, deposit it in your bank account, and hypothetically you go buy another bike. Or you just compensate yourself for another bike you bought in the meantime. And guys, that's the process. That's what goes down after your bike is stolen and getting the whole thing done. I mean, honestly, you're probably going to talk to the cops twice. You're going to talk to them once when they come out to, like, start the case. And after you get that case number and you give it to the insurance company, you're probably going to talk to an investigator one time, and he's going to be investigating the situation, trying to find your bike. Probably not going to happen, but after those 2 times, you don't really talk to the cops a lot. It's just a little bit of back and forth with your insurance company, and after that, that's pretty much it. That's at least that's been my experience with bike thefts. It's not a fun situation to be in, but if you got a good insurance company, it makes it a lot easier. You know, I couldn't imagine having to go through a bike theft with a really like uncaring insurance company that was like, oh, we have to pay you, bah. You know what I mean? So it definitely makes it easier to have a good insurance company. If you're in the U.S., I stupidly suggest Progressive for motorcycles. It's just insane how nice they are. Maybe I need to I wish I could figure out a way to make my decals, my little C2W decals, have like a tracking chip in them or something like that. So it's like, hey, go buy C2W decals and be able to track your motorcycle. God, that would make so much sense for me to have those. I would put those bitches all over my bike if that was the case. If only. Well, guys, I'm gonna go try to make it home without getting rained on. That's like my goal right now. And I don't really know the best way to get home, so it's gonna be a little adventuring. But I hope this was helpful for you guys. If you're unfortunately watching this video because your bike got stolen, it's a crappy situation, but hopefully hopefully this video will help you out a little bit and what you need to do and what you need to get handled. And if you guys haven't got a bike stolen, heed my words. Go ahead and make that folder, make yourself easier for you. And guys, I'm gonna go play in traffic, and I'll see you on the next video.